heard about grant accounting. If you're taking on grants or non-dilutive equity, chances are you need to do reporting back to your funders. And that's where grant accounting come into place. And for better or for worse, nonprofits, they're truly actually burdened with grant accounting. Grant accounting really requires, I call it double classification. Think about your chart of accounts and your financial statements as a two-dimensional matrix. Grant accounting adds an additional layer of description to each underlying transaction. So, if you can imagine, normally you've got your chart of accounts and you've got your time series. When you're doing grant accounting and a report out to your funders, and you're trying to manage your expenses and your revenue based on your programs or your funders, you take a snapshot in time of your P&L and you've got your chart of accounts, and then across the top, instead of having a time series, you have what's called classes. So the good news is in QuickBooks and Xero, you can actually turn on this second level of description called classes, and we all know classes. But there are things to consider. You've got restrictive, unrestrictive. And all of that needs to kind of be compiled into every transaction that's booked into your general ledger. The other challenge is, of course, budgets. So if you're receiving monies from funders, and those monies are earmarked to a handful of programs, yet some programs will receive funds from multiple funders, while others will only fund unrestricted, you sort of have this quagmire of like a matrix, and it can actually become very confusing. And so one of the things we actually specialize here is fund accounting. And we actually realize like fund accounting is not just applicable to, say, nonprofits or grant-funded organizations, but they're also applicable to, say, R&D businesses that are coming out of university transfer offices. So we've actually specialized in grant accounting. The budgeting side for grant accounting, it's not easy, but it's something that we have good experience in. The other challenge to think about with grant accounting is, of course, labor, wages. Wages will have to be allocated based on each grant. And how that's usually done is by managing and capturing time and activity. So if you have 1 or 2 employees that split their time between 3 grants or 10 programs, you need to have a time capturing system that allows for that multidimensional layer of data to better understand where that particular employee was spending their time based on grant and program. Not for the faint of heart, not simple bookkeeping, but something here at GrowthLab we truly understand and embrace, and we can help you.